Hello and welcome. In this video we are going to take a look at how to create a private browsing shortcut for Microsoft Edge. So click Start. Now I actually have Microsoft Edge pinned to the Start menu and you may not, and that's okay because the process will be the same either way. Likewise, you might notice that I'm using the full screen Start menu. Likewise, you might have a different Start menu, and again, that's absolutely fine. The process will be exactly the same. So click on Start and I want you to type Edge. Now in the top left hand corner that should highlight the Microsoft Edge application. So what I want you to do is I want you to click on Open File Location. So what we should have is we should have the Edge default shortcut highlighted. So right click on that. Click on Properties. Now what we want to do is we actually want to copy the target. So if you right click, then click on Copy. Cancel that, close Windows Explorer. Now on the desktop I want you to right click, highlight New, then click on Shortcut. Now what we're going to do is we're going to paste the target that we've copied in, and then we're going to click Next and Finished. So if we double click on this icon, on this shortcut, what we get is we get Microsoft Edge loaded, as you probably expected, but this is not a private browsing shortcut. So let's go ahead and change that. Close it down, right click on the shortcut again, and then click on Properties. Now in the target here, what we want to do is we want to go right to the very end, and then we want to type space dash in private, and then we want to click on OK. So if I double click on the shortcut now, what you'll notice is that we are private browsing. So in private browsing here, it will tell you a little bit about what InPrivate Browsing does. So let's have a look, shall we? What it does, it deletes your browsing info when you close all InPrivate windows, saves collections, favorites and downloads, but not download history, prevents Microsoft Bing searches from being associated with you. Well, in a nutshell, all it really does is when you close this down, it will essentially delete all of your temporary internet files that you accumulated while using that particular session, and it'll get rid of any history and it'll get rid of any cookies. That's basically what it's doing. If you want to set a home page, let's right click on the shortcut again, click on Properties. Now what I want you to do is go right to the end again, type space, and then what we're going to do is we're going to type in a website. I like to put it in double quotes though, so use double quotes there, and then I want you to type www.bing or whatever site you prefer .com. If you're not sure exactly what the URL is, best thing to do is to go ahead and do a search for the site in a browser and then just copy the URL. So click OK, and then we can double click on it, and as you can see, if you look on the top right hand corner, we've still got the badge that says that we are private browsing, but obviously we've got a start page as well, we've got a home page. Let's say for example we wanted to change this to Google. Let me give you another example. Do a search for Google, click on the link, and then just highlight the URL at the top here, right click it and say copy, close down the browser, again right click our shortcut, and then what we can do is we can just highlight www.bing.com and we can just paste it over the top there. So we're now going to go to Google. Obviously here we've got the HTTPS protocol and all of the other /s and the colon. We don't need all of that, but I'm going to leave it in just to show you guys that it will still work. Let's click OK, double click, and as you can see we've now gone to Google. If we look at the top right hand corner, we're still in private browsing. I think probably the last thing to do is just right click, rename, and we're going to call it Microsoft Edge, and I'm going to call it private, and click enter, just so we know that this shortcut is for private browsing. And with that said, that wraps up the video. I hope you found it useful. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to put this in the description of this video. So if you weren't following along, all you'll have to do is copy and paste this target, and you can use that on your own computer. So as I was saying, I hope that you found this video useful. If you did, go ahead and like the video for me, that would be great. And likewise, if you want to see similar content to this in the future, why not consider subscribing? And until next time, take care.